Your new record, Spirit of the Times, how does this particular title relate to the music on the record?
It's about light and dark. Regarding the balance we must accept regardless of change. Everyday life, modern life. How the artist, for instance, must withdraw and insulate the psyche, in order to work free of distraction. Modern society, the very space we inhabit, is being used as real estate to cast the spell of consumerism over our eyes. What controls your eyes has command of your thoughts. You try not to get down about it. It may cross your mind to do something. If you're an accepting sort, you live with it. But it's a blitzkrieg on the spirit. If you're anti-authoritarian, you may try to escape it. In order to do that, you just got to close your eyes and be removed from the devices.
In the title track, Spirit of the Times, you say, "There's no future, there's no failure in our cocoon."
That's in response to the withdrawal inward. If music's to penetrate the listener's consciousness, first it's got to penetrate the composer's every intuition to remain pure in the moment. I don't mean just the recording of it, that's easy. I mean the conception, that's even preconception, and the writing, the score, the lyrics, the production. How far do you go? How much do you strip back? I mean, what was your intention? All rules and restrictions are erased, in the chamber, in the cocoon. During the creative process, there's just too many impure thoughts that can sever the cord. Posthumous relevance for one.
And the stripped downness, it gives it this romantic feel that you expressed on earlier records. Can you speak to that?
Yes, the earlier records are all about wayfaring through Europe. A young man's discoveries, self-discoveries. Romantic in the literal sense, 19th century sense. Well, ever present, during the writing of this record, I carried the feeling that if the scenario ever became unbearable, dystopian, I'd escape with my love, seek out a new destination, together. It's a much mature ideal.
So there's a balance between this love that's there and also this dystopian future, why'd you write about, why the contrasting?
The idea was forming in my mind at the time when I met her, and immediately her spirit became part of the melodies, the lyrics of the adventure, and even in making the record.
Talk about influences from the 60s. There's also a Middle Eastern influence on this record with the song Truce. In the chorus, it's hard to decipher what you're even saying. Can you speak to that?
Yes, all along the road, you're going to find a revolution. But you're having a walk in the woods. I remember an old engraving I'd seen of a medieval army, marching through a forest, pointed helmets, spears, and toward their destructive destinations. Off in the distance was a woman perched in a tree, entranced in playing a flute, music. She was like the spirit of the forest. Could the army hear it? Did she care if they did? That was the image I had when the melodies arrived for the song, for the album. In the chorus, you can make it. You don't need to borrow someone's hand to make a stand. Self-reliance. Don't depend so much on outside forces, to care for you. Hold on to that frontier spirit. Self-guidance. Take stock in your own two hands. Invest in yourself. Anyway, it's also about the other. The other one is you. Always remember the consequences of your actions, how little they seem to us. They affect everything and they affect someone else. Now, history has a way of showing us that. Sometimes, And we're the ones being persecuted, and sometimes we're the persecutor. We don't even realize it. It all comes down to how the individual carries on. The reactions to absurdity. It's very important. Trust your deepest intuitions. The signs are there and instilled in you. It all depends on what is held in the mind to be true and what is meant to be dismissed. That's up to you to decide. And it's what you don't follow, the places you don't enter per se. I think that's what it's all about, isn't it? What direction do we choose? Anyway, Truce is about we're all on an island, just you and I. It's a miracle that we're here alive together. Shouldn't we celebrate? We're at each other's throats. Not me. I'm an American, but it's not in my name that these wars are waged, Each of us has a right to this world. We're breathing the same air. We also have a right to keep that air clean, the water clean, our minds clean and clear. I think humans are meant to be stewards of the earth. Instead, it seems like those we trusted to make our decisions for us, again, self-reliance, we shouldn't leave these decisions to people who are bent on destruction. They just don't seem to be able to do the right thing for nature. They're like anti-nature. And the same anti-nature mind is the same that wants to rule and become empowered. So they take the time, the effort, the money, the will to be a ruler for their own causes of destruction. Yet we all want peace. Where on earth can one find peace of mind? That's what I'm asking in Spirit of the Times. I wish I had an answer. Someday I hope to.